Being a college freshman can be difficult, exhausting, and overwhelming. There are many daily struggles that you may encounter in your first year of college.
No, God!
Like not getting enough sleep because you watched the whole season of Grey's Anatomy. The thought of homework haunts your dreams at night. Or the countless procrastination efforts made by your brain. That's why this video is going to be your best friend, because in this video I will be discussing the lessons, the tips, and cheats I learned in just my first year of college. 3 of my biggest takeaways from my freshman orientation class include time management, note-taking, and how to not spend your money on every cute thing that you see in Target. These are all very essential and important to find that healthy balance. If one of these habits are misplaced, it could make or break you. It could be the difference of making an A on assignment or failing an assignment, or even going into debt. Moving on, so here are some of the things I learned while being a freshman at AUM. Effort equals perfection. It's not the other way around. From the time I was born, I thought that everything needed to have that level of perfection. Well, that's not the case in college. So if you put the time and effort to complete an assignment, you're likely to do well on it without having that extra level of stress thrown into the mix. This is especially true for my history lecture. The quizzes he gives out are based on the notes that you take during the lecture. These answers are hardly ever found in the book, and I learned this the hard way. This may not sound true, but it is. It's actually really helpful to work ahead because it really assures you that your assignment won't be turned in late, and this is helpful in my English lecture because of the heavy workload. So here are some of the 2 tactics that I utilize to manage my stress levels. This is a great way to release the many negative emotions you may have after making a crappy grade on an assignment or possibly failing one. Maybe this isn't an ideal way of stress management, but let me tell you, I burn a lot of calories going on a stressed out run rather than going on a regular run. So it's very helpful for your physical health, but maybe not for your mental. After a long day of lectures, I tend to think about the many homework assignments I need to finish, which makes you feel very overwhelmed. I mean extremely overwhelmed to the point where I might cry. And that's why I like to take a moment and meditate to cleanse my mind of the harmful toxins. And so here are some of the campus resources that I like to utilize and that are well worth the trip. This is an amazing gym that is filled with lots and lots of cardio machines. I love doing cardio at the gym because it's my favorite form of exercise and it's really helpful. This is a great place to finish any late assignments that you may have. And the library also has great study rooms, which are kept at a constant 45-degree temperature. So if you ever go in those study rooms, you need to make sure you have a coat. The reason they do this is for the maximum study effect. I might have to use this facility in the next couple of days because I need help on revising my rough draft for my history paper because that is due next week. So I need to find help in ways I can revise it. Actually, I haven't started yet, but I will. Starting my first year as a college freshman, I expected my math course to be more intermediate, but as I found out, it's more like a review from what I took in high school. So that's been a relief. Although I didn't expect my history lecture to be so difficult, I think this has to do with the professor's lecture style. It's mostly based on how much notes you take and this will ultimately determine what kind of score you get on the quiz. So you better take 5 pages of notes or else you're screwed. Here's my reflection of the SMART goal and the ways that I accomplished it. So for starters, I attempted to get an A in my math lecture for this semester's SMART goal. And I actually achieved this by strategically studying for every test and making sure that I work on the practice exams for extra practice. And this was way easier to accomplish than I expected. But then again, I am enrolled in the lowest math course, so it's probably going to get harder as I go up. But it's a great refresher from what I learned in high school. And I learned new ways on how I can solve problems because I don't need to use my calculator, and I feel like I've done a lot better without using my calculator. And I've learned many valuable and essential ways to form an accurate answer without a calculator. And this class has taught me about having a growth mindset, which is in a sense of being resilient and having patience while doing the problems without a calculator. I am a full-time 13 credit hour student, and I work part-time at a grocery store. The most important thing about college is to find that healthy balance between your college life and your personal life. And this is why many freshmen will drop out during their first year of college, is because they fail to find that happy balance. My advice to you is to not overwork yourself to the point of exhaustion, but to form a schedule in which you don't feel overwhelmed. So like, just schedule classes that you may not feel overwhelmed, and don't schedule like 15 hours of classes because that's unrealistic and you won't get through that. Yeah, so just find something that works for you. If it works for you, then you'll be able to get through it. I hope this video was able to give you some helpful advice, lessons, and tips that you could apply in your life as a college student. If you're a freshman, a senior, whatever, these tips are still helpful for you. So let me know if any of these helped you.